Hey guys, hope you're having a great weekend. Checking out the news today, and I guess we've got 38 minutes ago. Trump orders deployment of troops to Portland and authorizes full force, says the BBC. We've also got clips for this though. So, I don't know, we'll spend like maybe just a few seconds here reading the first few paragraphs. Then we're going to get right to the clips. I want to show you because this is actually going down right now. So, they say President Donald Trump has ordered the deployment of U.S. troops to war-ravaged Portland, Oregon, authorizing use of full force if needed. Trump said he was directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland, once again using that quote. He claimed that the move would help protect any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. Adding on Truth Social, I'm also authorizing full force if necessary. Saturday's announcement marks the further expansion of deployment of troops in American cities amid a wider crackdown by the Trump administration on illegal immigration. On to the clips. We've got allegedly DHS here pulling up to a federal building in downtown Portland, preparing for what may be coming next. I guess they're going to see if Antifa responds. You know how it goes. This is occurring right now, pretty early in the day still. And that follows just a few months ago when this was occurring over in Portland. Apparently this was a clip of Antifa trying to storm an ICE federal building, or a federal building that was being used by ICE. You get the point. So I'll play this with audio for a few seconds. And the rest of the clip from here gets really smoky, and it's pretty much just smoke until the end. All right, with that context, let's take a look at what Trump has to say regarding the troops being sent into Portland, Oregon this morning, and being designated to use the full force, you know, all that stuff.
So I believe it was in Oregon where you had a federal building where there were men in black ski masks who were committing acts of violence, who were shutting down a government building. To the president's point, they don't come from nowhere. These are paid people. This is organized. They're committing acts of political terrorism on American soil. And it's time we had a government that looked out for the American people rather than the people who are committing violence against the American people.
When you go out to Portland and you see what's happening in Portland, this is like nobody's ever seen anything like it every night. And this has gone on for years. They just burned the place down, and you know, the shop owners, most of them have left, but the few shops that are open, they just use plywood and just like 3/4-inch plywood. They don't put storefronts because they know it's going to be burned down. These are professional agitators.
That's right.
These are bad people, and they're paid a lot of money by rich people, some of whom we know. I'm sure I know some. I don't. If I knew, I wouldn't associate because I'll be in trouble because Pam will say, "Why are you associating with this person?" But I will tell you that these are bad people, and they're paying a lot of money, millions of dollars. But take a look at Portland sometime. These are wild. These are crazy people, and they're trying to burn down buildings, including federal buildings. A list of things that I want to do before we finish up with the cities, because I think we're going to whip the cities back into shape, and we have to. We cannot let our cities, and that's a small example, but it's the most violent example. It's every night, and they've done it for years. You'd think maybe at some point they made their point, and what are they doing? But we're going to get out there, and we're going to do a pretty big number of those people in Portland that are doing that. They're professional agitators and anarchists. They're actually anarchists, yeah. Go ahead, why don't you defend? Let's see you defend them, Jeff.
No, I'm not defending anyone. I just want to...
Well, the funny thing is, I think, like, sure, some of them are anarchists, but I think a lot of them are the exact sort of communists who say they want no state, but if they ever actually achieve the dictatorship of the proletariat, they would be totally fine leaving it at that and never actually, like, fulfilling what they're claiming, right? Like, once they get the power, they'll be like, okay, yeah, no, we're not going to dissolve the government, actually. We are the new government.
Explain this in our stories. Could you name a couple?
You don't explain it right, though, Jeff. Go ahead, let's go. Maybe let's give you another chance. Go ahead.
Antifa, Soros. What names are we talking about?
Well, Soros is a name certainly that I keep hearing. I don't know, but Soros is a name that I hear. I hear a lot of different names. I hear names of some pretty rich people that are radical left people. Maybe I hear about a guy named Reid Hoffman. Somebody's a pretty rich guy, I guess, and I hear about him. I don't know. Maybe could be him. Could be a lot of people. We hear the same names, but they're bad, and we're going to find out. And if they are funding these things, they're going to have some problems because they're agitators and they're anarchists. These are anarchists. Really bad.
Okay, guys, that's where that clip ended, and now we've got even more context onto what's going on today, which takes us over to this KATU News. And the reason I want to watch some of this, I'm not going to watch the whole thing. It's like 13 minutes long, which is a bit too much. But I do want to watch some of this with you because apparently they're like really mad about this, and that might be funny to take a look at. So they say after Trump's threats, Portland mayor says there's been an increase of federal agents in the city. Wow, that's shocking. It's almost like he said that he was sending these people in. I mean, who could have imagined?
We have armored vehicles on the streets of Portland and reported agents throughout our community.
That breaking news tonight. Right now, city and congressional officials say federal agents are in Portland. We are still working to answer key questions. Who are these agents and where have they been spotted and what exactly are they aiming to do? Local and state leaders are calling on the city and its residents to respond with peace and not resort to violence. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Barry Mangold. We have a lot to get to. We begin with team coverage with K2's Jennifer Singh, who joins us live from downtown with reaction from Portlanders. But first, we're going to hear from Victor Park, who's live outside the ICE facility in Southwest Portland. So, Victor, first, what are you seeing out there right now?
Hey, good evening, Barry. Yeah, right now there are a few dozen protesters in front and around the ICE facility. It has been peaceful since we got here.
A few dozen. I see like 4.
2 hours ago.
Maybe they're behind the tractor.
There were some tense moments when ICE agents or DHS agents came out in a group of about a dozen or 2 dozen of them, making way for vehicles to go in and out of the facility. But other than that, it has been calm. Now, Wilson told reporters a memorandum from the White House called out Portland, and Wilson says President Trump is making...
What's going on out here, man? You got one grown dude like waving bubbles around, the other one's like dressed up as Pikachu or something. I don't even know,
good
man.
on his promise.
Over this past week, the rhetoric from the White House had been clear. They've been clearly isolating Portland, and we see the conversation being had nationally. Yesterday, a memorandum from the White House specifically called out Portland and Los Angeles.
I like how he says that they're specifically isolating Portland. He goes on to be like, yeah, they called out Portland and Los Angeles.
We've been hearing rumors about a deployment. Today, those rumors became a reality. And as Councilor Zimmerman noted, we have armored vehicles on the streets of Portland and reported agents throughout our community.
And Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley claiming President Trump is using this effort to agitate protesters to fit Trump's view of Portland.
The president has sent agents here to create chaos and riots in Portland, to induce a reaction, to induce protests, to induce conflicts. His goal is to make Portland look like what he's been describing it as.
Well, hold on a second, though, because maybe I'm not remembering correctly. Please do correct me if I'm wrong, but during Biden's administration, didn't we have like the BLM stuff going on in Portland, and there were like fires on the street, like people setting things on fire and stuff? Like, I don't think Trump needs to make Portland look any certain way. Like, it's pretty clear, even when Trump hasn't been in office, like what's been going on there. So I don't know. It seems kind of like a ridiculous excuse, really, unless I'm completely wrong about this, which, hey, if I am, I admit right now I could be mistaken about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm recalling that correctly.
I'm back out here live again.
Oh, that didn't last long. They shut that guy up real quick.
Here for several hours. Earlier, there were about a handful of them, but it has grown in the last couple of hours. In the
All right.
meantime,
Okay. Cool story. So,
But in 2020, the majority of protests were centered...
Let's see if there's anything else interesting.
Well, Barry, there are a lot of mixed emotions about this. Some people have no words for it. Others say they're not surprised. Some people say they just didn't anticipate President Donald Trump to go through with his words of sending federal troops to Portland. Now, some community business owners say they worry about what this will do for business. Others say they worry about their neighbors.
It's terrifying. Say that again? What?
Look, you don't have to like Trump. I'm just confused by these people saying they have an issue with this, but they had no issue when everything was like, as mentioned, there were like actual violent riots going on and people were like having to board up their windows and stuff. Like, how's that make sense? Like, now you're fearful, but you were fine with that stuff, apparently? I don't get it.
How come it's terrifying? Well, Because it's an authoritarian taking over the country. It's terrifying. It's terrifying to have it here. It's terrifying for like my friends and my family, and everything right now is horrible. And having it
Everything right now is horrible. Okay.
over there makes it less real, but having it in the streets here, that's a lot to take in. Like, I'm
What?
shaking.
I'm actually just thinking.
What? Dude. What? Why she sounds so fake? She's like not even shaking at all. She sounds like she was just making that up. Like, I don't even get it. Maybe I'm taking crazy pills today, but like,
Real?
does anyone else feel the same way about this woman? Like, she just feels very insincere. Like, oh, I'm shaking. She's like just standing there, like completely calm. Like, okay, dude.
But having it in the streets here, that's a lot to take in. Like, I'm shaking.
I'm actually,
To be fair, I wouldn't want her like screeching in the mic either, though. If she was all like freaking out and yelling and screeching, that would be annoying. So I guess, I don't know, maybe it's a good thing she's calm, but it just doesn't really add up.
just thinking about a lot of people that I know personally that will be affected by this. So it's really scary. We don't need that. That's not what we need. We need affordable housing. We need, more funding for schools. We don't need a lot of money and a lot of armed people. That's not really, like, what is that going to do to solve problems?
Oh, here we go.
Now, we also heard from one community member at tonight's press conference who says she's been peacefully protesting, and she says she believes the agents will be the ones to make things violent.
We have remained peaceful the entire time. The feds are the goons. The feds are the ones who are attacking people on the streets. They are attacking us so indiscriminately, they hit people just on their way going home.
Now, city leaders and
Messed up if true.
community members that I spoke with tonight say that if people do decide to protest throughout these next couple days, weeks, they urge people to do it peacefully. For now, live in downtown Portland, Jennifer Singh, K2 News. Back to you.
All right.
What's this?
Portland
Portland is a peaceful city.
is a peaceful, vibrant city with no need for federal agents in our streets. I urge Oregonians not to fall into Trump's attempt to incite violence. Just as I did in 2020, I will lead our delegation and state officials to oppose any unjustified increase in federal forces. And this news came down a bit late, but this evening, but K2 did reach out to the lawmakers.
I don't know how anybody lives there. It's amazing, but it's anarchy out there.
I think that's the clip that we saw earlier. I guess that's pretty much it for this one.
Trump claimed
that was interesting, though. So yeah, that's where we're at for today, guys. Of course, we will see what happens here. Maybe nothing else really escalates, but maybe it does. And if it does escalate, I will probably cover that. So like as mentioned, we'll see what happens from here. If you enjoyed my coverage, please also consider liking and or subscribe to the channel. It helps out greatly. I appreciate you. Also, have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.